All right, so greetings and happy December to everybody. Um, Again, my name is Mitch. I, as you probably know by now, I'm doing some crazy project, and I just thought I'd make a follow-up video to my previous video that I made about 2 weeks ago. Um, I don't know, at the time when I made that video, a lot of good energy was being thrown around, and I felt it was just kind of finally ready to kind of vocalize and introduce whatever it is I plan on doing. I appreciate anyone that actually took the time to watch the video or tried to conceptualize what I may have been trying to, communicate through it all. But again, 25 minutes on a video is pretty long for what it is. But again, it was kind of more of a brainstorm um, session than anything. But um, but I just want to kind of touch base, give you kind of a quicker 10-minute spiel on kind of where I'm at with it all. As you can see, I did finally get my electronic drum kit, which was kind of one of the main goals, short-term goals since making that last video. So I got that good and done. I've also talked about getting the GoPros, and I've yet to really do my research on that. And then there's other brands, but I'm pretty sure GoPros are just what I'm going to go with. So point being, as I kind of mentioned what I plan to do as far as bringing in artists and people I've known throughout my life, that is definitely an idea I plan to run with. But at the same time, the main basis of all this is simply me just playing music, practicing my drums, practicing bass. Oh yeah, working with an artist here and there, and trying to make some sort of production value out of it. I understand with people's short attention spans and just the way social media is, to put a bunch of stuff out there is too much, and then to put something out there that's not necessarily quality is not enough. So I'm really gonna. That's really what the last 2 weeks have been in my head, of just trying to figure out how I'm gonna do this, and it's a little overwhelming on my end, but at the same time, it's exciting in the sense of I really want to do this, but I also want to do it right, and I don't expect to just have everyone pat me on the back. That's not what I'm looking to do. It's more of the fact that for where I'm at in life, this is something I want to do, and I'm just going to do it. So for the people that actually do care to watch these videos and follow me, that's great. And also, as far as demographic, I'm not necessarily making these videos for anyone other than myself, first of all. My family, close friends that care enough. But since I'm basically documenting my journey of doing this, like this literally is a 10-year plan of just seeing where I can get with this all. That's it. It's just a 10-year plan of a project, me applying myself productively and passionately, and being a drummer. It feels great to finally got this kit, and I can sit in my living room and come home from work and just hit it for 5, 10, 15 minutes, not make a big thing about it and have to drive out to a studio or rent a studio or get in a garage and worry about the neighbors and all this stuff. Obviously, I'm constricted on my volume with this sort of stuff, but and I've put out a few videos already of just snippets of me jamming. That's coming through my speakers with the TV, coming through my amp with the drums. But once I really get this done right, I'm going to direct input the drums and any musical instruments just into my Ableton program, and it's just going to be, obviously better quality and stuff like that. And then when it comes to videos, I don't know. I don't want to flood people with too much stuff. I mean, I understand a lot of the bands that I may be sharing, people may not like, or they may have already heard, but there are still people out there that don't know these bands, and that's kind of a cool part about what I get to do of sharing that. But I don't want to completely plaster people. I don't want to throw out 45-minute videos here and there. I'd rather do a nice, concise 5 to 10-minute video, maybe with one song of one artist that I want to showcase, and then also have on my YouTube maybe more of their songs. I just don't want to bombard people. And as far as being understood in what I'm doing, it really doesn't matter to me at all if people understand what I'm doing, because the point of it is me just doing it. And with music and any form of art, it comes down to the medium, and the medium is obviously going to be the music. This is more of just the documentation behind the scenes of what I plan to do, scenes, whatever that means. It's just me doing this. I am stoked to work. I'm starting to get the momentum of people I plan to work with. Just today, my dad actually reminded me that he had written a song for a Christmas song, as a Christmas gift rather, to my two nieces that just moved to Austin, Texas. So I might be doing something with him and jamming out with him on a little folky song. So that'd be cool for my first project to be with my dad. And then my second project to be with someone I knew in high school, Patrick Lanzetta, which is still in the works to get that done. Um, there's just a lot to do, and it feels good, but also at the same time, I just got to remember this is my pace. I'm not here to live up to anyone's expectations other than my own. Um, so I do plan on hitting it into January. My main goal for this month is just practicing, getting familiar with the drums again, orienting myself to this kit. Um, you got to focus a lot more with the smaller kit, and then also just kind of practice and dabble on video editings and all the stuff I plan to do, getting the GoPro. So I'm going to throw out some content over the next month, and then with that content build up, then that would lead into me working with the artists here and there. So that's kind of where I'm at. I don't plan on really throwing out anything significant until probably the end of the year or into the new year. Anything I would feel like, hey, this is something that I actually want to feature, is something that I'm actually doing, not just random clips and spits and stuff like that. So I don't know. Bear with me, or don't watch these, or I don't know, move on, or scroll down, or like it, or don't, or murmur to yourself that I'm a freaking idiot. Whatever you need to do, that's fine. Because either way, I'm gonna keep doing this. I have a lot to do, and one other thing worth mentioning is the fact that working with these artists and obviously honing in my skills of drumming and bass and getting an idea with songwriting and all these things I've been a part of my whole life, but to actually have it be my project and kind of direct the movement and the flow of it all. I do plan to work with artists and help cross promote each other and just give new opportunities to create music with people. But at the same time, on a different token, I'm still getting better at drums. I'm still getting better at bass. And I did take piano in college. Like, I plan to still write music that's strictly my own, not necessarily run with the idea of using the other band's drum track, which I mentioned in the other video, but just straight up lay down my own drum track, my own bass. So there's just going to be a lot that I plan to do. And then also, I kind of neglected to mention last time when I lost one of my thoughts was the EDM stuff. Like, I did buy Ableton about a year ago at Christmas, and the point of that was to get into making electronic music, mainly because where I was at in life when those ideas kind of sparked, I was kind of isolated, out on the road every day. So that mentality has been ingrained in me for a good year or two of, I'm going to just do EDM. I'm not necessarily an EDM freak at all, but at the same time I thought I could put my own spin on it as far as my background and all this stuff. But that's another cool thing I would plan to do. And again, these are a few years down the line of maybe taking some of the better songs that I make and remixing them, dance music, whatever stuffs, whatever category you want to throw out there, it doesn't matter. But that's a whole other thing. I can make my own music and then later on remix it and offer that to a different demographic of atmospheres, and so there's a lot to do. And I'm just kind of want to put it out there for anyone that really even cares to even know. And I don't expect people to just jump on board with this. But as far as there's a quote. Let's throw out a quote. Sometimes success is merely a matter of hanging on when others can't. And I'm still hanging here. And I thought I was done. A few years ago, I sold my drums. I gave away my cymbals. eBayed as much as I could just to get away from the idea of thinking that I could do something with music in my life. Depending on other musicians in your band to try to help navigate you guys as a group through this course of musicianship. And it's just like, I just feel like I've found a really unique way to present whatever it is I have in me musically or any factor of artistic expression. So that's kind of what this is, and it's exciting for me. And already I've been reaching out, and people have been reaching out to me, people that I've known in my life, which is great. I had a great Thanksgiving break. I hope everyone else enjoyed their holidays with their family and friends and all that good stuff. And so there's a lot more to come. I'll put it that way. There's no rush. There's no time factor. I'm going to aim to do one a month, but at the same time, I'm going to do it at my own pace and just get it done and make it worth the time invested in it. So that's about it. So thank you for watching. I'm glad this was only 10 minutes, not 25. and I will check in later. Take care.